You have 5 seconds to win the entire wedding. What would you do? In the middle of the ceremony, stand up, interrupt the officiant, and publicly propose to someone else. Bonus points if you propose to the groom. Super bonus points if it's the flower girl. At a reception, my wife and I were on the dance floor and I really had to fart. I figured I'd do it while the music was loud. I stood back a little from her and let it rip the very second the DJ lost power. Everyone looked at our way and saw me looking at my wife. They looked at my wife. She ran off in a huff. Then I still had bad gas and was looking for a place to let it rip. The hall had some bay doors to a balcony, so I backed my ass out the doors and blasted ass. I turned around to close the doors and saw the bride and groom were out there having an alone moment that I just farted on. This is the story we expected from you, born_to_fart. Yell fire. That worked with the graduation. Pretty sure that's illegal in most states. It's not illegal if there are no witnesses because there actually is a fire. Yell to the groom, after I slept with you. This is what you do to me? And punch the bride. Edit. My first award. Thank you. Bonus points if you're a dude. Bonus points if you are the bride's brother. When they say, you may now kiss the bride, they never specified who may kiss the bride. Or the specific bride. LPT. If someone ever says that to you, don't run off to another wedding and kiss another bride. Learn that the hard way. Bribe the organist with cash to play the Phantom of the Opera theme as the bride comes down the aisle. They didn't say, vastly improve the wedding. Pastry chef here. I used to do a lot of wedding cakes, and would have to move them to wherever the couple wanted it displayed. I always had a fantasy, if I ever decided to quit, walk out, to purposely drop the cake in front of the wedding party and act like it was an accident, and just burst out in tears and storm out, never to be seen again. So to answer your question, destroy the cake, or shit on it or something if that's your style. Your child in my uterus objects. I spent 2 minutes wondering what in the world uterus objects were supposed to be. Then I realized it was a verb. Yell whore when the bride walks down the aisle. My mom did something similar at my brother's wedding. She stood up at the "Does anyone know a reason why they can't be wed" part and shouted, "They can't get married because the bride is a whore." You could have heard a pin drop before the bride burst into tears and my mum screamed as my dad dragged her from the room. Monsieur. It was certainly memorable. Additional. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Yes, my brother and his wife did get married and they are still married but have not spoken to my mum since that day. She has bipolar and can be very unpredictable on occasion. It was something my brother and I got used to as children. I moved away very quickly as she and I were never close, but she doted on my brother. When he started seeing his wife, Mum wasn't happy about losing her son and did not want them to get married. She did not want to go to the wedding but was persuaded to go by my dad. I was very proud to be his sister that day as he did not let Mum spoil the day for his wife. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? When one of my cousins got remarried, another one of my cousins started singing "Gold Digger" just loud enough for the section we're all our family was sitting to hear. So the bride is walking down the aisle, while the groom's entire family is trying not to ruin the wedding by laughing. One of my aunts had tears streaming down her face. She was trying so hard not to laugh. LMAO. The best type of laughter is the forbidden one. Thank the husband for letting me borrow his bride to be last night. Bonus points if you're a chick. Destroy the ring. Throw it in the volcano. This is my most upvoted comment. ISILDUR CASTITINTOTHEFIRE. Edit. This is, by far, the stupidest thing I've ever gotten gold for. Thank you, friend. Propose to the bride. Imagine she says yes. Show up, wearing white. There was an emergency. I look really good in white. I couldn't change in time. I had a really important meeting. The clan leader wouldn't let me leave in time. propose to my date and hijack the reception to be a celebration of our engagement. All the other answers are jokes, but this is one that actually happens. Stand up and shout, "Hi, everybody. I'm the mistress." Quote. Bonus points if you're a guy. Eat the plastic dolls on top of the cake. I thought they were made out of marzipan. Couldn't tell. I was pretty drunk. Wait, that actually happened. I'd kiss the bride. What if the bride's your sister? Then kiss the groom instead. But what if the groom is your brother? Why not both? The folks around town always said I couldn't wish for a better brother and sister. Then we all three hit puberty and moved to Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. Take off my pants and start doing the helicopter. Furiously nunchuck your dick at the bride while yelling peanut butter jelly time. Quietly stand up and stand next to the bride as she walks up to the altar. Straight face and everything. And refuse to sit down for the entire ceremony. If nothing else, it'll make everyone question who's getting married to who. Edit. Wow, my first award. Thanks. Bonus points if you are normally in a wheelchair. Edit. First award. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Play the Reigns of Castamere. Can't believe this is the first red wedding reference on this thread. I do that Naruto finger jab thing to the bride's butt, sending her flying into the cake. 1,000 years of death. Kakashi's proctology. So many people are coming up with various bits of rudeness or nudeness that amount a little more than temporary obstacles and annoyances. If you want to ruin a wedding, you're going to have to do something a bit more permanent and scarring. Poison half the drinks, so that as the ceremony begins, half of the wedding party and all the guests begin vomiting gouts of blood and dying painfully in their loved ones' arms. Drone strike the wedding party and leave the survivors to claw their way to sunlight from under a bloody pile of their friends and family. Whipping out your dick isn't enough to ruin a wedding permanently, unless your dick is lethal. Edit. Big shout out and thanks to all the folks at our award speech edits. Couldn't have done it without your support and encouragement. Greater than drone strike the wedding party and leave the survivors to claw their way to sunlight from under a bloody pile of their friends and family. USA. 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 Goodness gracious. Yell bro up. Isn't she the one you said was hideous? Edit. Why the fuck is this so popular? At a social event, one of my relatives said that a girl that walked by was completely vacuous. You guessed it, he married her less than a year later. Show up wearing a large, elaborate wedding dress. Propose to the best man. Cry hard when I don't get an immediate yes so my makeup runs. Spit on the bride. Grab and kiss the groom. And run away screaming about how flat the earth is. For the visuals, I am a 36-year-old man. I Ross take the Rachel. I told my husband I'd give him $100 to say, take the Rachel, at our wedding last summer since my name is the same as the one Ross didn't say. He chickened out. I'm still low-key disappointed. I had the preacher say, until death does you a favor, instead of, until death do you part, and it only cost me $20. Lob a grenade into the altar. First, shalt thou take out the holy pin. Then shalt thou count to 3. No more, no less. 3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Claim the bride is pregnant with your child. You are pregnant with the groom's child. And have 4 seconds left to spare. I'd use that time to take a shit on the floor while you suggest names for the baby. See username. Really born for this bruh. Object to the wedding. Don't marry hi monsieur, you're pregnant with my child. Quote. Bonus points if it's at a gay wedding. Since when did you become straight? Edit. Holy shit. Thank you for the likes. Bonus points if it's a gay wedding. In the middle of the best man speech, loudly scream, I fucked the groom last night. Bonus points if you're a guy. Bonus points if you're the best man. Shit, sorry everyone. I just got my COVID test back. I tested positive. Just yell from a distance. This girl gave me a blowjob and now she's getting married. Even better if you record yourself saying it and play it on a Bluetooth speaker so they can't tell who it's coming from. Mass confusion ensues. Why not pay a random guy to do the voice, so this way no one recognizes the voice? I'm already at the wedding, so I'll just wait for me to ruin it naturally. Kill Bill it. Destroy the paperwork. It's not official without it. Wedding basically didn't happen. Bring a spoiled child bit. Pee on the cake. Objected. Say I'm in love with the groom. I'm a guy. Confess my hidden love for the bride and threaten to kill myself if she won't leave with me. Gotta talk a little faster. Just yell, I love you, and if you fucking marry him, I'm gonna kill myself. Stand up on a high ground, and as I am putting a golden ring on my finger I say, but they were all none of them deceived, for another ring was made. Quote, I tell them about what happened during the bachelor party. Tell her I don't show everyone dick pics of the bride. I can't help but feel the stress should be on bride, not of, unless your name's Chandler. A finger and a fire alarm. Play the wedding march on kazoo while the couple walks to the altar. Puke all over the bride. After having consumed a lot of red Kool-Aid or red wine or pomegranate juice or something. Kill someone, 100% success. Bring a crying baby. They said 5 seconds, not ruin it instantaneously but last 30 to 60 minutes. What are you planning to do? Up. Yeah, I'm also very curious. Edit, please keep us updated if you do any of these. Push the cake on the floor. Stand on a chair and faceplant into the cake, effectively destroying the cake. I did that, but my sister was smart and had a backup cake because she knew I'd do some stupid shit like that. Bring a dozen rabid ferrets and let them loose after throwing food near the bride and groom. It's gonna take a lot longer than 5 seconds to round up a whole dozen rabid ferrets. I always carry a dozen rabid ferrets for such occasions. Winking face. Act like one of the pair is cheating with me, like, name what are you doing? Quote, do this with your SOs, so each accuse the bride and groom. And then stage a huge fight like you just found out your partner was also cheating on you. Might not work in 5 seconds. Run away, it's my wedding. Drunkenly say how his underwear looks way better than the suit. Wink at the groom. Say, I'll see you later, tiger, and go to the bathroom. Bonus points, you're a guy, and call him chief. Anything can be ruined with a strategically placed poop. Ceremony. Drop one on the altar. Reception. Curl one out on the head table. Honeymoon suite. Have you ever had the surprise of a man jumping naked from a cupboard and defecating on the new bed? Linens. Trust me, nobody is getting laid after that. Except you get a load of your friends too. So it's like 6 guys. Bonus points if you wink at the groom. Monsieur. You mykin? I'm not alone, you chupacabra. Finally. Yeah, just misspelled it. Your name does not matter, we are one in the same, I am not the last. Robert's got a quick hand. He'll look around the room but won't tell you his plan. All the other kids. With the pumped up kicks. I stand up, confess my love to both bride and groom, and commit seppuku. During the ceremony yell, insert groom, bride's name, this is better than the last one! Exclamation mark. Quote, so anyway, I started blasting. Send in my very pregnant niece to glare at the groom. Point at her belly and say, you see this? Derek, this is our son. How can you be marrying this whore when our son is due in 3 weeks? Quote, note, I do have a niece who is due to give birth in 3 weeks. But she is happily married to the child's father. Can I borrow your niece this Saturday? I only need her for a few seconds. Sorry, she and her husband are staying away from everyone for these last few weeks to make sure they don't catch COVID-19. Say no. Kiss the wife, the husband, the parents that jack off in the reception. In 5 seconds, hello the Flash. Run on stage when they are kissing and pull my dick out. Ruin the wedding. Not be the life of the party. stand up just as they start the vows and yell that I'm in love with the bride. You can ruin any social situation by whipping out your wiener and screaming the N-word until someone forcibly removes you. Remember, you've spent a lifetime earning the reputation you currently have, and you could flush it all down the drain in 5 seconds if you wanted to. Spontaneous Tourette's is a bitch. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.